Welcome to this episode of ECGs Made Simple. Now, if you're just stumbling across this video, make sure you subscribe and check out the other episodes. With that out of the way, let's get started. How do we pull rate from an EKG? Well, let's take a look. We start with the EKG paper. That's what we've been using to measure time thus far. And we know each of those large blocks are 0.20 seconds, and 5 of them equal 1 second. Now, look at these tabs at the top of the EKG paper. Every EKG paper I've ever seen has those. They have them in different increments. Some of them are 1 second. Some of them are 3 seconds, like this strip. Some of them are different sizes, between 3 and 6 seconds. But every EKG paper I've ever seen has those. So there's several different methods of pulling the heart rate from the EKG strip. The method that I'm going to show you is the simplest, but it's the least accurate. But we're not really worried about accuracy at this point. We're not trying to get the exact heart rates. We're just trying to get the heart ranges. So if we know that 5 blocks is 1 second, 15 blocks must be 3 seconds. And what we want to do is we want to count up to 6 seconds. So we count the number of complexes in a 6-second strip and multiply that number times 10, and you get the heart rate. Now, like I said, there's other methods that are more accurate, but they take a little bit longer. This method is very quick, but you're obviously going to always end up with a number that's divisible by 10. Now, let's throw a QRS complex in here and go ahead and practice with this. So we got a 3-second strip, and we need to count for 6 seconds. So if we count these complexes, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 complexes. Providing this was a 6-second strip, that would be 14 complexes. 14 times 10 is 140. So this patient would be tachycardic. So the other thing we need to be able to pull from this EKG strip is the regularity of the rhythm. Let's get rid of all this stuff, and let me show you an easy way to figure out how regular a rhythm is. Take a piece of paper, and above the 2 QRSs, put 2 little hash marks with a pen or a pencil, and then just move that paper down that EKG strip and see if those lines fall onto those QRS complexes. If they do, the rhythm is regular. If they don't, it's irregular. Now, there's 2 different types of irregular rhythms. There's irregular, where there's absolutely no pattern to it, or there's irregular, where the rhythm as a whole has a pattern, but QRS to QRS to QRS doesn't necessarily line up all the way across the strip. If it were converted to sound, it would sound something like this. You see how there's still a pattern of 3, break, 3? There's irregularity in between the actual QRS complexes, but the strip as a whole still has a pattern to it, so it's classified again as regular, irregular. And that's it for this episode of ECGs Made Easy. Now, to catch our other episodes, go ahead and click right here, and I'll see you over there.